One of the absolute best things about the Pixel A series of smartphones was that it was a less expensive way to get the exact same amazing camera that you'd find on the flagship Pixel models. This is one of the main reasons that the Pixel A series has been so popular, starting back with the Pixel 3a. It was enough to make the A series my recommendation whenever someone wanted an inexpensive Android device. You got very good hardware with an excellent camera. But that massive benefit is now over with the launch of the Google Pixel 6a. Unlike all the other A series Pixels that came before it, the Pixel 6a doesn't include the same camera hardware as the Pixel 6 or Pixel 6 Pro. Instead of the bigger 50 megapixel sensor serving as the main camera, the Pixel 6a has the same 12 megapixel sensor that the Pixel 5 and 5a used, and Pixel 4 and the Pixel 3 from 2018. I think this does shed some light on where Google is headed strategically with the Pixel lineup. Now, before we jump in, I want to take 60 seconds to give a big thank you to the Space Coin Project for sponsoring this video, and this one is definitely unique. Space Coin Project aims to open up the opportunity for space travel to everyone by creating a fair, indexable market value for the cost of a trip to space. And when they say everyone, they mean regular, ordinary people like you and me. You purchase and stake SPJ, which you can then trade for a discounted or even full ticket to space, depending on the amount of SPJ held. The Space Coin Project Concierge then helps you compare service providers side by side, along with customization options for your trip. Users who hold or stake a certain amount of SPJ also have the chance to win a free ticket. When a user purchases a space flight with SPJ, they send the tokens equivalent to the value of the ticket to a smart contract, at which point the tokens are burned and liquidity extracted. You can read all the details and terms in the white paper found on the project's website. Click the link down in the description to learn more and to find out how to get your own opportunity for space travel. While many have seen the Pixel as the smartphone with the best camera, and it's a legit argument, I think Google wants the Pixel to be the smartphone that is the most helpful and the one that's able to do the coolest AI-powered machine learning stuff. Just listen to what Google's SVP of Devices and Services, Rick Osterloh, has to say. Basically, what we want to try to do is get the core experience to as many users as possible. That's the overall goal. Every phone has a lot of difficult components to try to cost reduce, and so without a doubt, you have to change some of the key capabilities in the device to get it where you want it to be on the price point side. End quote. Core experiences. In years past, the camera was the core experience when using a Pixel, and for a long time, no other camera could touch it. These days, things are different. Smartphone cameras have vastly improved across the board, and Google has shifted away from the camera as the core experience and has slid in its custom chipset, Tensor, in its place. The Tensor chip is what powers so many of the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro features, things like Magic Eraser, the incredibly fast and accurate speech recognition and transcribing, live HDR plus 4K video, live translation, and more. And while the Pixel 6a no longer gets the same flagship camera hardware of the more high-end Pixels, it does get the same Tensor chip that can power the same AI and machine learning experiences, the new core experiences, if you will. Is this an indicator of modern day priorities as it pertains to smartphone purchases? I think it's obvious that year over year camera improvements are a lot smaller today than they were a few years ago. If you can get a great camera at one price, is an amazing camera worth paying an extra $500 for a smartphone? I bet most people would say no. That said, Google moving the camera away from the main spotlight on the Pixel makes sense. Maybe Pixel 6a buyers will feel that way when they try out Magic Eraser or live transcription and see just how good those are. And spoiler, they're great. Let me know what you think about this shift away from the flagship camera on the Pixel A series. Does it affect which device you'll buy or your consideration of picking up the Pixel 6a? Let me know in the comments and I'll meet you there for further discussion. Thanks for watching as always, guys. I appreciate your support. I'm Andrew Edwards and I will catch you in the next video.